Okay. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the program. I hope you can see me and can hear me.
Yes.
Okay, very good. All right. So, as we always do, it's a pleasure to be here. And first of all, we have to thank Hashem, of course, that He gave us the chance to be here, and to thank you guys, Mamash, for your beautiful support. And can't thank you enough. Baruch Hashem. And of course, we have to thank the technician that nothing moves here without the technician. Okay, Baruch Hashem. Maybe I should give you some announcements so you know, not to be shocked. God willing, tonight I'm leaving to Israel for 3 weeks. So enjoy the vacation, but don't forget the Torah. You must learn Torah all the time. Okay, and it's only for 3 weeks, so no big deal. Bezrat Hashem. Okay, this Torah portion, Tisa, it is very, powerful one because there's so many things in there and so many subjects that you don't know, where to turn. However, it's a big direction to us for our life. Okay. One of the major things that happen in the Torah portion is, of course, the golden calf sin that happened in Mount Sinai. And the big question was, how did the people really do that after all the miracles that Hashem performed to the Jewish people? It was unbelievable. Well, one of the explanation is that they made a mistake in the calculation when Moses told them that he is going for 40 days. They thought that he is going to come on the 16th of Tammuz. As you remember, 17th of Tammuz is a fasting day. So he left on Tisa, and before a month before that, basically a month and a half. So 40 days. But they thought he's going to come in the wrong time. They did not make the calculation right. As I said, Moshe Rabbeinu meant 40 days and 49 complete, but they calculated the time that he was talking to them, and they take 1 day ahead. And they were waiting for him to come on the 16th, and he did not show up. And they came to Aaron, and they said, listen, we need somebody to guide us. We need somebody here to tell us what to do. And you know what happened? It is unbelievable. The Yetzer Hara, the Satan, it is so powerful and so big and so strong. You know what he did? And it's written, I can read it. He showed them that Moses is dead, and he showed them that they're taking him to bury him. He showed them like in heaven. They could see it. So they said, okay, now he's dead. We need a leader. We need somebody to lead us and tell us what to do. Therefore, they came to Aaron, and when they were asking this, and one of the leaders, his name was Hur, he objected to that, but they killed him. So Aaron was afraid that they will kill him too if he will object to that, because they said if the president, a big guy like Hur, and a Kohen will die in 1 day, then the Mashiach is not going to come. So he was afraid from that, and he said, okay. He tried to delay, he tried to postpone, he tried to do many things to make the time pass. Maybe Moshe Rabbeinu will come before the sin, but it didn't work out. And unfortunately, the people that made this sin were like the Arab Rav, that we know this problem till today. And that's what happened. They had the golden calf, and Hashem told Moshe Rabbeinu, go down, mean not only go down from heaven to earth to see what happened. Say, go down in your level also. So when Moshe Rabbeinu came down and he saw what's going on, of course, everybody knows the story. Now he dropped the tablets. The question is, why did he do that? And basically, how did it happen? It says that the tablets were very, very heavy. A man cannot hold these tablets. But the writing inside, all the holy names and everything that was written inside, they were really carrying themselves. But when he saw the sin, all the writing in the tablets went out to heaven, and now we had only two tablets which were very heavy. You couldn't carry them. So they like fell down. It looks like he threw them down. You couldn't carry them. So, but that was a major sin that the Jewish people, unfortunately, did in that time, and we suffer the consequences till today. And Bezat Hashem, when the Mashiach will come, we're gonna clear that. However, that was a major that happened, and that's what the Jewish people, with all the good things that Hashem did for them, they did not know really how to behave in time of crisis, like when Moshe Rabbeinu was delayed. Anyway, we know that the end of the story, Moshe Rabbeinu came, there was a plague there was some people were killed, and they have to continue with the journey through the... Okay, so as I said, this sin is still influencing our life as a Jewish nation. Now, another subject that we see in the Torah portion, Tisa, is to keep Shabbat. Well, we know that we already told to keep Shabbat. However, Hashem wanted to tell us, do not violate Shabbat no matter what happens, even if you have to build the tabernacle. There's only time that a person, a Jew, can violate Shabbat is, everybody knows, it's a time of emergency to save life. Or let's say a woman has to go to have a baby, they have to take her no matter what, you break all the rules. But beside that, we must keep Shabbat no matter what. And there are 12 times the warning in the Torah that whoever doesn't keep Shabbat, it's a death penalty that everybody will know and to understand that. Now, what is so important to keep Shabbat? When a Jew keeps Shabbat, then he declares that he knows that Hashem is the only power in the world that created the whole world and created the whole thing. He cannot deny it. If somebody doesn't keep Shabbat, it means that he doesn't really recognize God. And that's why a Jew that doesn't keep Shabbat, he has a different status in Judaism. Even when he dies, they bury him in a different section in the cemetery because it's so severe. Okay, so that's another subject that we see in the Torah portion. But there is one subject that really, I think every person, all the people in the world, not only everyone, has the same problem, has the same question, unless you reach a level that you say, you know what, it is not in my hand. Hashem knows what he's doing. But till you get to this level, you have to go through this question. And this is the question. How come the wicked people are so successful and the righteous people suffering? So Moshe Rabbeinu came to Hashem and said, Hashem, please, if I'm going to read it to you, this is very, very interesting. It's really very powerful. It says here, what did I write it here? It's chapter 33, verse 13. If you open the idea there, 33:13. I mean, if you have it, you can read at home. It says, what is this? 13. Oh, okay. So Moshe Rabbeinu tells Hashem, and now if I have indeed found a favor in your eyes, make your way known to me. Please, Hashem, tell me, show me how you run the world. I want to know. It doesn't make sense what we see. So, I mean, everybody has this question one time in their life. Hashem, why me? Why me? What did I do? Especially the observant people. So imagine this man keeps Shabbat, keeps kosher, keeps everything, prays every day. It does everything right, and nothing goes right for him. He cannot pay the mortgage. His car broke down. I mean, Everything wrong can happen to him. So as a human nature, I mean, you ask yourself, Hashem, what's going on here? I don't understand. I'm doing everything good, and that's what I get. So Hashem told Moshe Rabbeinu that really I cannot tell you the answer. This is not for you to know. All you can see is the past. You cannot see the future. Okay? Somebody said, one rabbi gave an example. He said, this man came to a movie late. And as he came to the movie, he saw a scene that this man with a white outfit is using a knife, trying to cut the stomach of another man. So he started to scream, murderer, what are you doing? Leave him alone. Why are you cutting his stomach? And so everybody, they said, hello, calm down, relax. You didn't see the beginning. You know what was the beginning? The man was sick, and he asked the doctor to operate him. So he's using the knife to operate. So he's doing good for him. Okay? So see, we don't know what happened in the past, before we even born, and we cannot see the future. But we know how to complain. And that's the big problem, because we don't know, and we complain. If we leave it to Hashem's hand, believe me, He knows better than anybody what is good for us. And the fact that we think we have a hard time and it's not good or whatever, yes, I mean, that's normal for a human being to think so. But Hashem knows better. And I think I told you many examples of this kind of things that we don't know and we think we know. I'll tell you, if you heard that, it's okay. You can hear it again. So this man, since I'm flying tonight, this man, he bored. He wanted to go to fly to someplace, a religious man. I think it was in Boston. And he forgot his tefillin in the waiting area. But he bored already. He came to the stewardess or whatever. He told her, listen, I need to go and get my tefillin. It's very important. So if you go, you cannot get out. So, excuse me, I paid already, waiting for me. I have, yeshiva to go, whatever. Sorry, if you go out, you cannot come back. So, okay, and my tefillin is more important. So he went out, he got the tefillin, and the plant left. And the plane, after the plane left, he hit the Twin Towers. So now we don't know. The man was complaining, Hashem, why are you going to me? Oh, I forgot the tefillin, get me go. No, but we don't know better. Only Hashem knows. There's so many examples, it's unbelievable. However, when a man is in the problem, it's hard to convince. It's hard to tell him, don't worry. What do you mean, don't worry? I have a problem. I didn't pay the mortgage. I want to take my house. He tell me, no problem. But that's the idea, to have 100% confidence in Hashem. Of course, we must believe also. The rabbi tells us that all the Jews, or a lot of people, believe in God. But not all of them have 100% trust in God. However, whoever has 100% trust in God, he also has 100% belief in God. So you see, belief is not enough. You have to have the belief and trust in Hashem. It's like a little boy, he has his father. He doesn't know anything else. My father will do everything for me. I trust my father. He knows better. He doesn't ask any question. Why? Because, my father, he's going to do everything for me. That's how we have to see things in life. B'ezrat Hashem. Okay, so if we understand this idea, that will help us to overcome a lot of problem in life in general. B'ezrat Hashem. Now, there's another thing that the Torah portions try to tell us, and unfortunately, the Jewish people don't listen so well. I don't have problem. We have problem with our ears, I think, or with our understanding. It said because it tells us clearly. Hashem said, "Listen, when you come to the Holy Land, please don't get involved with the natives. I mean, with the other people that live there. Do not do anything with them. As a matter of fact, there is an order even to it, if they don't live in peace or don't leave the place, just to kill them, because otherwise we know the consequences. And that's what happened till today. And unfortunately, Hashem doesn't like that at all when he sees that there's all this simulation. It is against the Torah. It's against all the rules, and this is something that Hashem cannot tolerate. And there's so many direct commandments. Don't do that. But as I said, I don't know, from some reason, it's mind-boggling. The daughter of Yaakov Avinu, what did she do outside there that this king has to take her and abuse her? I mean, hello, you know the rules. Don't go there and don't mix with other people. She didn't have a bad intention. She just wanted to go to see, whatever. But on the other hand, when we know the story with Sarah and Abraham Avinu, when the angels came to visit Abraham after the bris, they asked him, now remember, there are three strangers. They asked Abraham Avinu, where is your wife? I mean, excuse me, that's not your business. What are you asking about my wife? But he answered them. He answered, my wife is in the tent. Now, what's the idea? What's the point? To show you that, women have to have their own life, and they have to do their business, not to get involved with the outside world. I mean, today, he can't even say that to a woman. I mean, what do you mean? No mall, no movies, no concerts. I mean, what are you talking about? But I mean, righteous women, you have many righteous women that's what they do. I mean, they stay home, they take care of business of the husband, the rabbi, most of the time, or some other many major mitzvot. And there are some books that came to the market, and they can learn about these unbelievable women in our lifetime that some rabbis said, do not try to do what they were doing, because it was really so hard to do. For instance, they were like 24/7 doing mitzvot non-stop with no complaints. I mean, cooking, cleaning, doing back, whatever, taking care of poor people. So many mitzvot, it's unbelievable. And that's because they knew that's the way of life for them. And you cannot imagine what kind of heaven they're going to have. It is unbelievable. Okay, so with all the hard times that they might have, but the heaven that they're going to get is, forget it. This is unbelievable. So that's another thing that we have to remember. And, so we know today, so one of the reasons, and it's written in the Torah clearly, one day we'll talk about it, that the reason of the Holocaust was the assimilation. And that's something that we have to be aware of, and not to be involved with this. I know, since, as you know, I'm working in the rabbinical court as a director of the conversion department, and I see so many cases of Jewish religious families that, unfortunately, they found the soulmate that is not a Jew. And they have a good intention to do everything good. But how did it happen? What happened here? I mean, a religious person found somebody that is not Jew, and they want to get married. So, of course, they have to do the right process. But still, how did we get to this situation? I mean, it happens, and we try to help as much as we can. However, it's very important to stay with your own tribe, quote unquote, All right, so that's another thing that we have to be aware of. Now, there's more subject, more beautiful other things in the Torah portion. I just want to mention something else about the Torah, the Haftorah of our Torah. It's when we finish to read the Torah on Shabbat and Saturday, we read the Haftorah of that Torah portion. So they have Torah talking about the prophet Elijah, Eliyahu Hanavi. Eliyahu Hanavi was wanted by the queen and the king at the time. Jewish, we're talking about Jewish queen and king. They wanted to kill him. So he had to run away, but then he came back to tell them that what they're doing is really wrong. What did they do? They were doing idol worshiping big time. I mean, the whole country was forced to do some idol worshiping at that time. So he came back to challenge them, and he told them, listen, let's make end to this thing. It's either you're right with your idol worshiping, or I am right with believing in God and only God. Let's make a major test here, and you will see if you're right or am I right. So it's okay. What's the test? He said, gather all your priests or whatever, all your idol worshippers, and it was in Mount Carmel in Israel, and he said, you take an ox, kosher ox, and put it on the, you have to shuck it, put it on the altar, and ask you God to bring fire from heaven to consume it. And I'll give you a chance to do whatever you can do, and then I will do the same thing, if you succeed or not. Well, let's see. So they took an axe, and they were like even in an equal axis. By the way, the one that was going to be consumed by the idol worshiper did not refuse to go. So it said that Eliyahu Navi had to whisper in his ear that he is doing a mitzvah. It's okay, he can go. That's why he went to the altar. Anyway, so they put this ox after the shacht and everything, put it on the altar, and they were praying to the gods. They were praying to the gods to bring the fire to consume the ox. Meanwhile, they took a guy and they put him under the altar. They hid him, and in order for him to start the fire. But they cannot smart Hashem. Hashem sent a snake or something like that, and he killed the guy before he had a chance to do anything. So those people, all the idol worshiper, they were praying and they were praying to the gods and trying so hard, and nothing happens. So Elijah said, listen, maybe you're not trying enough. Maybe your God is busy with some meeting, maybe he's sleeping or something, give him a chance, try more. So they try and try, nothing happens. So now Elijah said, okay, now it's my turn. And that was exactly before Mincha time. So Elijah told the people, you know what? Not only we're going to start pray now, but please cover the whole thing with water. The whole thing, the altar, whatever, the axe, everything. Put a lot of water. Now how are you going to start a fire when you have water? Anyway, so that's what he did. And then he stood out there and he cried to Hashem. Hashem, please help me. Hashem, please help me 3 times. And he said to show the whole world that you are the only God in the world. And before he finished, a fire came from heaven, consumed not only the axe, consumed everything there. And they said that the idol worshippers saw what happened. And of course, they had to suffer the consequences. I don't know how many of them died, but that was a test to show the whole world that Hashem, God, is the only power that runs the world, and he is the boss and nobody else. So anybody that thinks otherwise, of course, they're wrong. We know that for sure. I mean, we don't have to be convinced. We know that 100%. However, there's some people think that maybe some other forces control. I saw a beautiful, beautiful butterfly sitting on a beautiful, beautiful flowers. And I said to myself, wow, it's unbelievable. This Bing Bang, they know exactly how to make this butterfly to fly, to come to the flower, to take. I mean, how smart people can think this way. This is unbelievable. And there's so many stories about. Anyway, there was a woman, a professor. I forgot her name. I have to find her name. Naju. She was a doctor that dealing with life after death. People that died came back, and she has to. And she proved scientifically that the soul of the person can see, can smell, can do everything in the body. Nobody else. And she said, this is unbelievable that this kind of soul that nobody can explain. How does it work? Because when you have a body, let's say somebody died, and the body is right there, it's still warm. They have eyes, and the eyes is warm, the eyes is there, the heart, everything is there. How come this body does not move? So they come with all these stories, the brain, the heart, this and that, but then they come back to life. So what happened? They cannot explain that. Anyway, it's only Hashem, and we know that the neshama, the soul that runs the body. Without the soul, we cannot do anything, and that's why we have to treat the soul better than we treat the body. If we eat every day 3 times, of course, now we have to pray 3 times and study Torah to give the soul the food that the soul needs. So without soul, we really nothing. Anyway, so I'll try. I don't know. It depends. My technician told me that I will be able to deliver a class from Jerusalem, from the Wailing Wall, from the Western Wall. So I hope it's going to happen. It will be my pleasure to be there. By the way, as you know, I had my bar mitzvah in the Western Wall, so it will be a nice reunion. Every time I go there, I go to the same spot, and I thank God for this opportunity. Okay, so I wish you all the best, and Be'ezrat Hashem, you will know if I can do it next Sunday from the Holy Land, from the holy city, from the holy mountain of Bet HaMikdash. Thank you very much. Have a good day. If you have any questions, it'll be a pleasure.
Cool. How you doing?
Baruch Hashem, everything is good.
Great. Interesting enough, 2 nights ago, we heard a cry of a woman, and it seemed like she was getting attacked. So we went to find out, to help. And we realized that she was actually laughing. It's a neighbor. They had a party or something, I don't know.
Uh-huh.
And it reminded me of the Parashat when Moshe says the people are yelling, but it's not crying.
Correct.
So reading Rashi, I was wondering, it's the neshama that's suffering. So when I thought about this woman laughing in the party and their music, whatever, would that be considered because they're doing things that they shouldn't, for lack of a better word, that their souls is suffering? Would
Well,
that be
in Mount Sinai, there was the same phenomena. People were screaming, crying, yelling, and they were doing the wrong thing at the same time, as you said. They were doing everything wrong. However, in this case, that what in the case of Mount Sinai, these people did not really suffer. They said that they have a good time. They were partying. But it was really totally against Hashem, against everything. And that's why they were killed. All of them were killed. Because you can't do that, and Hashem will just let it go. This soul was really a crooked soul. I mean, they knew what they're doing, and they do it deliberately. So there was no any other solution just to get rid of them.
Right.
Yeah.
And one last thing, I'm always trying to find connections. Like even in the Mishnah, with the setters, the different tractates, Sota, Nether, Nazir, they're all one way connected to one another. And when I was reading the Megillah, I noticed when Mordecai gets all this attention and the horse or whatever not, it sort of reminded me of Yosef when he gets all that prize. Is
Yeah.
that
As a matter of fact, there was very big correlation between the two situations, right? Um, they came from the lowest part of their life. He was in jail. He was almost killed, Mordechai. And all of a sudden, Joseph became to be a king. Mordechai he got the ring of the king, and he can do whatever he wants, do whatever he wants. And he was like um, on the horse, and the advisor, number one advisor of Hashverosh, was taking him around the city and said, "Look at Mordechai, he is the first, whatever." So that's true. There's similarity. That's correct.
okay? Well,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
Okay. Very welcome.
Okay, that's it.
Okay. Happy week, happy month, happy year, happy life, and don't forget to trust Hashem no matter what. Okay. Be good. Call to.
Thank you. Take care.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.